Welcome, racing people, to tonight's show, SpeedZone TV, bringing you the action. I'm Robert Warrens, your host for tonight. Duking it out at Chicagoland Speedway, this 1.5-mile speedway. Going to bring you a lot of great action tonight. 18-degree turns, 10 in the straights. It's going to be action-packed for everyone. This is race number 6, so after we're done tonight, we're going to be closing out the midpoint of the season, and we've got a pretty tight points battle edging out, so it's going to be pretty interesting to see what's going on. We're looking at our pole sitter right now. That's the 28 machine of Barry Tolson. Let's take a look through our grid quickly. So 28 on the pole tonight. He's a newcomer, been fast, hasn't been able to get it done just yet, but he's definitely looming for his first win of the season. Number 78, Tyler Manning, outside pole. Ben Ryan, newcomer to the series as well. Number 67, Levy Williams in the 01. Don Francesco in the 24 in 5th. Morton 88 in 6th. Barker in 7th. Grace, last week's winner, in 8th. Tiffany in 9th. Pylan, our current points leader, in 10th. Hawkins in 11th. Hurst in 12th. Copperthorne in 13th. Warall in 14th. In 15th is the 20 machine of Wilkinson. Robert Monday in 16th. Chris Ramsey in the 13 machine in 17th. 18th goes to McKee. Isbell in 19th. Is Grigg in 20th. Presley in 21st, Phillips, or I guess that's Phillips, in 22nd, Lassiere in 23rd, Healy in 24th, Jackson 25th, 26th goes to Fuller, Hunter in 27th, BB in 28th, and we got 31 cars tonight. 29th is Richardson, Eccles, and Miller rounding out the field. We're getting to green flag action here. Great start by Tolson. Bit of technical difficulties for me at the start right there, but we'll have to see what happens here. A lot of side-by-side action right away. Also does a good job to maintain the field. Brush to the wall from Manning. And he make a little bit of a charge here. Down the backstretch. Big run from the 12 machine of Grace. Brushes the wall on entry. That's not going to fare well for maintaining those momentum. As we're in the halfway mark of the season here, the pressure very high. You have to wonder about if drivers are able to keep their tempers in check as we got this 80-lap battle tonight. Brought to you by Rough Neck Racing, sponsored by the James Wagner's Welding. This is their truck series, season number 7 in the books. We've seen some great racing so far over this season. Tight finishes. Good battle up front. Ben Ryan takes the lead. Tolson falls back a couple trucks. Islands 3 with Williams and Grace. '79 machine of Laurel making a charge alongside Hurst. Oh, brush of the wall there. Machine of Wilkinson, the 13 of Ramsey, the 9 of Tiffany. Back up front here, we'll take a look at our leaders. Number 67, our current leader, Ben Ryan. Fresh paint for him this week. Not sure we're going to see the pace fall off, so the fastest lap so far, yellow flag is out. Let's take a look at where this happened for a SpeedZone TV instant replay. Gonna be a tough one to find, but let's see what we can do here. Looks like it's further up. Seven. Back that up, see what we find here. The 01 of Williams. Let's take a look at the 01 of Williams here. So 01's Williams. Ramsey's on the bottom side. I mean, that's a tough one to call. I'm gonna lean towards maybe a little bit more contact on the 13 as he did slide up the track slightly. Watch the seam there. I guess it's a little bobble as well from the 01. Kind of a race deal, but I'm kind of leaning a little bit more on the 13 than the 01 there. Tougher for those drivers and the other ones involved, as you can see if we back it up one more time, because we got time here, these big ones. That's a 79 of Warhol on the outside, and he's going to take some hard damage there. See that truck tears up. Back to live action. Mix of drivers pitted. I don't think our leaders did, though. I don't think that's the strategy here. They're not going to want to lose track position, but if we look a little bit further back, take a look. A couple guys have pitted, obviously needing to. Almost 1/8 of the way through the race. I'm not great at math, but that's what we got here. Our current leader is the 67 machine of Ben Ryan. P2 is currently Don Francesco. He's been a front runner all season long. The 88 of Morton, currently P2 in points. The 12 machine of Dylan Grace, last week's winner. Excellent performance for him. I don't know if he said this was his favorite track or not so favorite track, but I'm pretty sure it was not his favorite track, but he's doing quite well. Our current points leader, Jimmy Pylan, sitting in 5th. And Ace Barker just behind him. Tolson's sitting in 6th after starting up on the pole. He might be just falling back a little bit to save some tires. It's hard to say. It's earlier on in the race. Biggest mover right now I'm showing is the 83 of Liam Beep Beep. Shout out to the 83 machine. Up 11 spots right now, 17th. Lots more real estate to go. Pace truck's about to duck in. Green is out. 7 gets a good start here. Gonna need those. Horn right on the bumper of that 67. have to see if any one of these drivers gets a little hungry to make a move, but it's a little early on. '29 machine looking under the 24, get some more track position and claim that P3. Missing last week's, he's got a provisional. Rough Neck Racing here for the Wagoner's Welding Truck Series has a 12 race series, but 2 drop weeks. Tonight's going to be interesting because it's really going to be settling out the points. We're going to see the lay of the land of the points. Drivers are taking them down. Still setting pretty blistering laps at 30.4s and 5s. Let's take a look at the lap times here. They'll be on the left-hand side of your screen. Shout out to our other sponsors, 760 Graphics. If you're in the market for some paints, want to check them out. Or Renegade Racing. They run a great super late model league on Thursday nights. If you want some more action, you might want to be a part of that. Back up front with our leader between Ben Ryan and Mark Morton. Very similar lap times, but you know, one thing, we were trackside during practice today. Pit window is going to be around 35 laps under green, so with this caution I would expect we'd see drivers green flag pit around lap 38-ish. But what we observed here is that depending on driver style, is that you have the opportunity to put extensive wear on that right front tire. And that could be not good, creating a very tight truck on the exit of the corner, possibly get you into the wall and cause you some carnage. A little early in the run to see the effects of tire wear just yet, but we'll have to be mindful of it. Take a little bit, look further back in the field. '27 machine's got a new paint. That's Ryan Hunter. Up 9 spots tonight, currently running 18th. Lots of time left for him to get up towards the front. Would remind me a little popsicle right now, a little jumbo pop, or bomb pop, I guess, I don't know. Called something somewhere everywhere else, but run pretty good times at a 31.28. That's a great time for him. Don Francesco gets around Mark Morton for P2. We also observed in that practice is that the high side starts to become viable and you're able to maintain momentum on the high side. Oh, Don Francesco almost closes the door on Morton. Slight contact, most drivers save it. We're going to be 25% done this race. Lickety split. This one's been a clean and fast one. Still lots of racing left. Tight battle with our top 4 as they wrap turns 1 and 2. Looking at our lap times, turning 31 flats almost now. So you can see that they've fallen off a half second of the pace. Morton looking under Don Francesco here. And here comes Manning in P5, running a quicker lap than the cars in front of him. Another fast mover, we'll take a look at him right there, is the 57 machine in 9th position of Robert Monday, 30.97. If you squint your eye really close, you can see he's the fastest car in the top 20 by a couple hundredths. Yellow is out. Not sure where it happened. Pick on this here. It's going to be hard to tell. Where the Phipps here. Big checkup from those drivers. Not getting a clear indication of a crash anywhere. Very interesting. I can't seem to find anything for our SpeedZone TV instant replay. Take a look at this spot right here. It's already down to speed though. Woo! Checking up for that yellow. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to find that. Everyone coming in the pits except the two out front now. That's going to be the 27 of Ryan Hunter. And in P2, showing the 79 of Matt Worrell. In between them, I believe, is the 6th machine of Wayne Isbell. Currently showing a few laps down. Going to be an interesting strategy here. I'm not sure. We'll go back and maybe take a look at one of our lead cars here. On here. Click on the 12 machine here, just for a quick second. Bolting on right sides. You can see 29 of Pylon also bolting on right sides. Likely going to be everyone is bolted on tires. We'll get back to live action here. It's going to be a very interesting mix now as we have drivers on different strategies. 27 of Hunter electing to take the outside for this restart. It's going to be a tough one. Hungry Hippos in behind. Take a look at our pit stop times in a second, which will give us indication if drivers bolted on 2, 4, or no tires. Hunter blinks out. Oh, he gone. Strategic blink out. He's got a half-second lead on the field. the battle for second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. You can throw a blanket over these cars. Carnage for Manning, brushes the wall, nowhere to go. This is going to stack up the field, unfortunately. He's going to fall back several positions. He's currently sitting back in 14th. 3 wide action here as Wilkinson is under Hunter with Grayson behind. Worrell's currently fighting off the 79 machine of Morton. Yeah, you got it. 79 of Worrell's fighting off the 88 machine of Morton. Hunter hanging on to the best of his ability. And Ryan's out to the lead again. He's led several laps tonight so far, and I don't think he's done. He's going to be a force to be reckoned with all night. Seen it so far now. We're kind of in the middle race portion. Haven't seen much of the 98 machine just yet of Copperthorne. He's down 2 spots, but he's got to be mindful of the points battle that he's in. Hello is out. Let's see if we get a good indication of what the heck happened this time. Here's our SpeedZone TV instant replay. We're currently focused on Gary Miller in the 15. Use the good old far chase cam. Old quarter speed. We got the 14 car on the outside. Gary Miller coming down low. The 96 is there as well. See, Miller gets a little loose. Isbell in behind. Ooh, that's a tough one to call right there. Feel like, you know, 15 needs to come up the track a little bit. Just a little bit. Really nowhere for the 96 car to go. Ahead of him right here. I have to say that might have been favored on the 15 for that one. Right there. Tough break for Barker. I mean, every time we're watching him, he just doesn't have the look. It's going to actually work out for Hunter. He's coming down the pits right now. See if catch him in time. Bolting on tires. I think Tolson is also bolting on tires. A good strategy. I mean, they're a little off pace. Let's go ahead and we talked about it before. Let's take a look at our pit stop times from before. You can see that between Ryan, Morton, Don Francesco, they're at 14, 3, 6, and 7. Where Pylan is at 16 seconds. So right there, that's kind of showing me that, you know, they're bolting on 2 and 4 tires. It's going to be interesting to see if that's going to really play out. Next week, we're headed to the Great Speedway of Pocono for 80 laps there. That's going to be a very challenging track for these drivers. Very different than last week at the Rockingham. Different than tonight at Chicagoland. Pocono's got 3 distinct
turns in it, and can really challenge a driver because, you know, they might be set up to handle one turn, but the other two are quite treacherous sometimes as you start to wear down the tires. Almost nearing the halfway point. Lights are off on the pace truck. Morton is hungry to get ahead of the 67. Pull them tight again, drivers. Let's get this done. Wrap in tight. This D-shaped demon is ready to chew up tires and crown a legend tonight for race number 6. Ryan gets a great start. Don Francesco on the bottom of Morton. Pylon pushing hard with Warhol in behind and Grace in behind him. That's going to be our top 6. Francesco hungry. Notice that the high line can maintain momentum a little bit better than the bottom on the exit of the corners. But running the high line too early might be a detriment to the tires. Take a look at our lap times. The fastest lap times were just set the last lap between Morton and Ryan. A little blistering 30.28 and a 2.9, the fastest trucks in the field. Morton's been known to showcase some devastating speed, crippling his competitors. But Ryan definitely looking to make a mark here at Rough Neck Racing for the Wagoner's Welding Truck Series. Newcomer to the series, hasn't run a full season, but Don Francesco and Morton battle in behind him. They're racing for points. Ryan is racing for the win. And look at the battle between these two drivers as they share the track and dance side by side. This will be the second or third lap in a row. Race in the 12 car. Fastest truck in the top 20. Looking a little bit further back. First making a move now in that 3 machine. Interstate powered. We're all falling off a little bit, but off on a different strategy. See those lap times for Worrell just starting to hang by the wayside. Morton and Don Francesco 3 wide for the lead on Ryan. Morton on the high side, Don Francesco on the low side. Ryan tucks in behind Morton. Let's see what happens here. Don Francesco gets a little touch tight, slides up the track, piling on the outside of him. Great job by these drivers to salvage the speed, but that's allowing the 12 machine of Grace to start to catch in. Throw a blanket over these top 7-8 drivers. Grace on the bottom of Don Francesco now, looking to make a move. Ryan and Morton, oh, slight contact, Don Francesco and Grace. Ryan and Morton battle for the lead as we now have ticked off halfway through the race. This is where the action is. Don't blink, don't think, just drive. SpeedZone TV, bring you the heat tonight. Island just waiting in the draft of both of the drivers in front. I have mixed feelings around running the high line or low line as to how it handles your tires. I feel that you do want to run the low line for as long as you can until you can't carry the speed through the center to save more tire. But, you know, I'm a washed up racer, so I might not be the best. And look who's coming back up in the fight. That's a 78 machine of Tyler Manning. Don't know where he came from, but he's flying. Gonna look at the lap times. 81 from Manning. Olsen in 11th with an 80. 84 from Don Francesco. Those two are rocking up front, and Tolson's just a little bit further back, so it's going to be a little bit more of a challenge for him to get up front. Ryan takes the lead away from Morton again. Take a look at our pit stop lap. We said earlier that around 35 laps would be our pit window. 23 plus 35. Not good at math. Let's just round it up to lap 60. You'd expect drivers to be coming in about 15 laps. Morton working that wheel. I'm scared to, you know, look away. These guys are running so tight. You shouldn't look away either. Down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4. Ryan gets a little squiggle. Great shot for the field here. Morton gets underneath Ryan on the exit of 2. Drag race down into turn 3. Sends it in deep. Not enough room to clear up. Not sure what happened to that 12 machine, but he fell back a little bit. Look who's coming as well. It's the 28 machine of Barry Tolson. Woo, little contact there from the 20 on the 24. A little bumper violence. A little brush of the wall from the 78. Gets him a little out of shape, but those drivers are able to keep it rolling. And Ryan doing a great job. Maintain a lead. Morton slips back a little bit. Might have been pushing a little bit too hard, but Pilot has now got his sights set on the lead with Manning in behind. Olsen gets around Don Francesco for P5. It's their battling. Don Francesco, a little bump on the 88 of Morton. Olsen getting pinned down to the bottom, can't use his momentum there. Wilkinson looking low on Tolson now. Drives her in deep. Manning in the hunt on Pylon. Ryan's out to a half-second lead. Looks like school's in session as this sexy 7 machine is checking out. Take a look at our lap times once again. 31.52 for 67th. 7.160. Our leader is the fastest truck on the track. Although he's up 8 spots tonight, our current points leader needs a strong run. Ooh, gets a little tight off the exit there. Taking a look at our lap times again. 60, 65, 99, 82. Olsen working the outside, getting around Morton. Been a silent assassin so far this race. Falling back, charging back up. 67 Orion out to a 1 second lead with 28 laps to go. Starting to see some pit cycles now. 78 machine of Manning getting the tires jacked up and changed. Pit window has opened. If this thing stays green, the driver who does pit earlier might be at a little bit more of an advantage. Olsen looking to work the bumper of the 29 machine of Pylon. Gonna get a nose on him going down the front stretch. And he's got the tire to clear. Almost effortlessly. Hats off to the 28 machine, making the charge back up to the front. 67 of Ryan heading into the pits. Let's go ahead and take a look at him as he darts in here. Like it's a clean entry. Gonna be very, very interesting to see what happens here. We need this thing to stay green, to stay out for strategy. Tolson does a great job of getting that thing woed up for the pits. Francesco, our new leader in that 24 truck. A 1 second lead over the 57 of Monday, 2.2 seconds over the 3 machine of Hurst, and 4 seconds over Presley, who looks like he's coming into the pits here. He's always above the commit cone. He gets it down in time, and he's with the 31 machine and McKee. We haven't seen him much tonight. Tiffany coming in as well in the 9 machine. Francisco's still hanging out there. It looks like if we were to guess who the current leader is, if pit cycles were to complete, it's the 28 machine. Barry Tolleson. I'm showing a crash on the track. No caution yet. Caution's out. We're still green here. Take a look at our pit stop times. Guys are a little bit further back. Let's move it back as Tolson is under fire. Copperthorne nowhere to go. Dancing around in front of them. He still hasn't pitted, but he's waiting and hanging on. That late race caution could be the one. Monday's coming in the pits. It's a little greasy. Woo! That's not what we need to see. Oh! We saved. Nice save from that 57 machine to get her done. Hurst is our current leader now. 21 laps to go. Pit strategies are very interesting. Olsen not letting them by. He's fighting the best of his ability. All drivers look to be on similar strategies, but this would be where the battle is for the lead right now. Popcorn currently in the pits, getting tires. Go back up with our leaders should they get to see the race play out. This is one heck of a dogfight for race number 6 at Chicagoland Speedway for the Wagoner's Welding Truck Series at Rough Neck Racing season number 7. None of these races so far has disappointed. We've seen epic battles between all of these drivers. Last group of drivers have pit. We have 2 drivers that have not pitted yet. That's the 37 of Eccles and the 14 of Fuller, who is now in the pits. And this is the fight for now soon to be. Oh, they're 3 wide. Weiland, he's able to slide up in front of Morton. Hot diggity dang. Oh! Oh! Contact on the 29. 67. They're able to salvage it. I'm not seeing any visible damage on these vehicles. Thank the baby Jesuses. Great driving to these drivers, especially the 67, who was definitely sideways. Olsen doing a great job of running that high line and keeping these drivers in behind them. Now this is the battle for the lead. Highland looking under Olsen. He's been running that high line since the start of the run. It might have been too soon. 16 laps to go on the ticker. And this is the battle for the top 4. We just saw Ryan in the 67 pull away before the pit stops. It's going to be interesting to see if Tolson in that 28 Oreo machine. Oh, brush on the wall by Pylan. That truck is able to bounce off and keep going. Ryan's to the outside now. He's able to make it stick there. It's going to get around the 29. Unfortunately not. Morton's fallen back a little bit. Exciting stuff here with 15 laps to go. Island doing a great job of holding the 67 back. Morton's fallen back a little bit. I don't know if he's pocketing tire for a late race charge. Don't know how hard Tolson's pushing, or Pylan, or 67. About to be very exciting as we're coming up on lap traffic. Scared to move away from this battle up here. These drivers are spread out a little bit. Another battle here is we'll take a look at the battle for 9th, 10th, and 8th. That's Phelps, Hawkins, Ramsey, and Presley. Tight battle here. Ramsey gets a little squirrely on the exit, and that's Copperthorne looking to make up some points right here. He pitted later, so he's going to be the faster truck. Hurst in the wall. Copperthorne's got to make a move. Make up some of those points. The battle here would be between Beebe and Richardson. 83 in the 2 machine. I don't know if Copperthorne's going to be able to do it. Got the better tires. Look at our pit stop laps. See, the mix of drivers came in around lap 55. But Copperthorne lap 60. First lap 61. Race up to 13th. These are the late bloomers for the pit cycle. Now we're getting some pressure from Pylon on Tolleson. Ryan has fallen off a little bit. So is Morton. Take a look at our last lap times up here. 31.3, 31.1 for Pylon, 31.2 for Ryan, 31.3 for Morton. Definitely the fastest cars on the track are up front. 10 laps to go. This is turning out to be a wagon burner. Olsen doing a good job of wrapping the bottom now. You saw him using the high side earlier. Now he's dropped to the bottom. He doesn't need to protect as much as he did before. Island's fallen off a little bit. Not sure if we're going to see a charge here. We'll have to watch the gap. Up on lap traffic, we're gonna have to see how Tolleson is able to navigate through the traffic in front. Seven laps to go. Olsen looking to make a mark on this series here. Coming up on the 78 of Manning. Make quick work. Pylon's falling back a little bit. Almost half a second. Last week, Tolleson finished 10th. That was at Rockingham. The week before that, he was able to clinch second spot at Kentucky. He's definitely done his homework tonight, as there's only 5 laps to go. Pylon has fallen back to 7/10. Ryan, 4/10 in behind him, and Morton, not much left in the tank as he's 2.6 back from our leader. First and Copperthorne battling it out here. Four laps to go. This is the battle for 7th and 8th. Not sure if Copperthorne's going to be able to close the gap a little bit more. What we don't need to see is a late race caution now. if there's any other battles on the track. The closest two cars here are the 12 Machine of Grace and the 46 of Pitt. Last week's winner at the Rock put on a great show. Unfortunately, not having the same speed as he did the week previous. But our silent assassin, Barry Tolton, is charging his way home. He sees the finish line in sight. We've seen tons of battles tonight, but the race has gone official. The 28 machine, Oreo powered. Barry Tolleson is our race winner. His pit strategy got him out front, and he was able to hold off the competition after cycling back through the field several times. P2 is going to be the 29 machine of Pylon. P3, 67 of Ryan. P4, 88 of Morton. P5, 24 of Don Francesco. P6 is the 98 of Copperthorn. So the late pit strategy did help him get back up front. Just taking a look here, we're going to give a shout out to the 46 machine. He finished 9th tonight, but he's actually our hard charger, up 13 spots overall. Hats off to him. Let's take a quick little breather, and we'll see what we have for race interviews.
Rough Neck Racing would like to thank our sponsor, Wagoner Welding. Wagoner Welding is a family-owned and operated business located in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. They specialize in custom-built truck beds and framework of all types. You can reach them at 336-670-3427 or visit the shop located at 446 DeHart Church Road. Rough Neck Racing would like to thank our sponsor, Wagoner Welding. Wagoner Welding is a family-owned and operated business located in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. They specialize in custom-built truck beds and framework of all types. You can reach them at 336-670-3427 or visit the shop located at 446 DeHart Church Road. Rough Neck Racing would like to thank our sponsor, Wagoner Welding. Wagoner Welding is a family-owned and operated business located in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. They specialize in custom-built truck beds and framework of all types. You can reach them at 336-670-3427 or visit the shop located at 446 DeHart Church Road. Rough Neck Racing would like to thank our sponsor, Wagoner Welding. Wagoner Welding is a family-owned and operated business located in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. They specialize in custom-built truck beds and framework of all types. You can reach them at 336-670-3427 or visit the shop located at 446 DeHart Church Road. Rough Neck Racing would like to thank our sponsor, Wagoner Welding. Wagoner Welding is a family-owned and operated business located in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. They specialize in custom-built truck beds and framework of all types. You can reach them at 336-670-3427 or visit the shop located at 446 DeHart Church Road. Rough Neck Racing would like to thank our sponsor, Wagoner Welding. Wagoner Welding is a family-owned and operated business located in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. They specialize in custom-built truck beds and framework of all types. You can reach them at 336-670-3427 or visit the shop located at 446
Awesome. We're back. You saw all the action tonight. I don't think there could be too much more left out there for you guys to see. Just an epic battle for race number 6 at Chicagoland Speedway. Drivers are just finishing up in the tech shed. We'll see who we can grab first here. We're going to grab the 67 machine of Ben Ryan. Ben, it's Rob in the booth. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing great.
Hats off to you, man. You had an impressive start of the race run. How were you feeling about midpoint of the race?
Yeah, I was feeling really good throughout the whole race. Really, I was able to kind of control it if you can get out front because you can force them to use their stuff up trying to get by you on the bottom. But once I lost control of it there, that was it was just hard to get it back.
Yeah, I noticed that when you got everyone jockeyed for that final pit stop, you were in that pack of 4. Did you feel like, from your comment there, did you feel like you were pushing a little bit harder than you thought, and that didn't get you the speed you needed?
Yeah, well, Barry's really good, and he knows that if he gives you the bottom, you'll try to use it. So we were all trying to chase him, shooting the bottom, and we are just all using our stuff up really bad. And I did like a 5-lap run there, cut 3 wide, and I just used up the right front so bad that I was kind of nursing it for the rest of the run there.
I mean, for me, you were favored to win because in that first pit cycle, you had opened up over a second lead on a very powerful pack. You've only ran a few races with the Truck Series so far. So are we expecting to see you back next week at Pocono?
Yeah, I'll be back if I have time. It depends with the work schedule. If I'm out of town, then I might miss 1 or 2 here and there, but I'm going to try to make as many as I can from here on out.
Heck yeah, brother. So who do you want to give a shout out to for your P3 tonight, Ben?
Yeah, just the sponsors on my truck there. They're a family company here in Nova Scotia, Canada, so I just put them on there to give them some support. So just a shout out to them.
Heck yeah, man. Well, I mean, very impressive run for you. It's been fun to watch you definitely race and hang out and be a contender in the series. And I wish you all the best if you're able to make it out next week.
Yeah, thanks a lot, and you guys have a great night. Thanks for putting this on.
Yeah, take care. That was our P3 finisher, Ben Ryan. Great performance from him. But it's time to hear from P2, Jimmy Pylan. What's up, Jimmy? How you feeling, brother?
I'm doing pretty good, Robert. How you doing?
Oh, I'm happy, man. Just watched an exciting race, an epic battle for like the last 20-something laps.
Yeah, that was a fucking battle at the end. I tell you what, I battled my butt off.
Yeah,
I
and
am sore.
I mean, watching at the start of the race, the pack of about 6 or 7 of you were really tight together, and then as that one caution came out, everyone kind of had their own pit strategy. Pack of 4 of you emerged out in front again, and then Tolson was able to get out in front and kind of set the pace a little bit. And yourself, Morton, Ryan, we're all just duking it out in behind him. Is there anything that you would have done differently after running that hard for 20 laps?
Maybe not run as hard towards the beginning of that run. I feel like if I would have saved a little bit more, I would have maybe had a little bit more for Barry there at the end. But I mean, it's hard to say. Barry's a really fast guy, so I mean, it's hard to say.
Heck yeah. So, I mean, now with, race number 6 in the books, we're halfway through the season. I mean, I'm not a mathematician, but you came in leading the points. There's 2 drop weeks. You had another solid finish, so I'm pretty certain that you're still in the points lead. How are you feeling for Pocono next week?
I am feeling more confident going into Pocono than I was into Chicagoland. Um, Funny enough, I went and looked at the previous finishes here throughout the seasons here, and except for tonight, I had one finish that was better than a top 15 and one lap down.
Oh,
So,
dang.
yeah, so I feel better going into Pocono. I've had good finishes there before, so I feel better going into Pocono.
Heck yeah. Yeah, that can be a very challenging track as well. We went from the Rock, which you weren't at, Chicagoland, now to Pocono. All three very distinctly different tracks. Are you going to be a contender there for sure, or what are you thinking? Going to have the
I,
mixed confidence?
I feel like I should be a contender. I should at the very least, be a top 5 truck. I feel like.
All right, well, heck yeah, brother. Jimmy, who do you want to give a shout out for your P2 finish tonight and your mid-season points lead?
I mean, obviously, I want to give a huge shout out to James Wagner's Welding. Everything that they do for the league. It wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for him and all they do. I want to give you guys at SpeedZone TV a huge shout out. Putting on an awesome broadcast every week, and not only that, but you taking the effort and putting in the like a pre-race, like preview, and then like a post-race, thing. I know I love going and looking at that. It's interesting to me. 760 graphics, Renegade Racing, my team, Tim, Sam, Matt, Johnny, all those guys. I love racing with them every week. And then family, brother, sister-in-law, little nephews, Evan, Kyle, Dylan, Adam, all them buddies of mine support me every week. Pick me up when I'm feeling less confident, so I appreciate that from them guys.
Heck yeah, buddy. Well, Jimmy, I wish you all the best going into next week and carrying that momentum into race number 7. Judging by the competition that you got, you're gonna have your hands.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. And I tell you what, man, they're making it tough on me, but it's also making me better.
Yeah. All right, Jimmy. Well, good run, good finish tonight for your P2, and I hope to be talking to you soon.
Alrighty, Robert, I will talk to you next time, man.
Awesome.
Take care.
That was news from our P2 finisher. We're going to be bringing in bad news, Barry Tolson. How you doing, Barry? Congrats on your win, man.
I appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I mean, very impressive drive. Start of the race, I watched you fall back a little bit as those cautions came out. Were you concerned at all about making it back up to the front?
Yeah, I stopped on the lap 8 or 9 caution and short pit for fuel just to try a different fuel strategy than the rest of the leaders. And I got kind of worried until I was able to get about 12 to 15 lap newer tires and then came back up to second and then green flag pit stops.
Yeah, and that was around lap 55 to 60. Everyone came in, and somehow you managed to get ahead of the guys that you were behind because the 67 machine had over a second lead on pack. What did you do to get in and out as fast as you did?
Got lucky and didn't speed.
Fair enough. Were you nervous at all having the battle in your mirror? Because like you held those guys off for 20 laps and you held them off strategic enough to basically force them to burn their tires.
Yeah, it's hard to pass on the bottom when somebody's got to run up top. So I just run it easy up top and would get the run down the straightaway to clear them to the next corner. And when them running the bottom, they used them up a lot quicker than I did.
Yeah, definitely. And very impressive run for you tonight because you fell back, you had a different pitch strategy, you charged up, you got out in front, held a very dominating lead over 3 very fast trucks. Last week you didn't have all the luck, but you finished 10th. The week before that at Kentucky, you finished 2nd. Are you going to be back for Pocono next week?
I plan to. That's the plan.
Well, I think your nickname's got to be Bad News Barry, because you just been bad news for these other trucks, just being a heck of a lot fast. So I wish you all the best at Pocono, Barry. Who do you want to give a shout out to for your big win tonight?
We'll give a shout out to Mark Newton in Pelzer, South Carolina. Builds our race engines.
Oh, heck yeah, brother. I mean, you captured the crown tonight at Chicagoland. I don't know what they give it at Pocono, but I think you're definitely going to be a contender. And I hope to be talking to you again.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Congrats on your win, Barry. Well, you heard it from Barry himself. He picks a strategy that gets him out front, rolls through the pits, gets the lead, and shows some of the veterans of Rough Neck Racing how to manage tire. Impressive drive from that 28 machine to hold off last season's champ, Pylon. Newcomer Ben Ryan, who showed early dominating speed in the run, and then a serious contender, that 88 truck of Morton, is currently second place in points. So just an impressive battle. Great racing throughout the field. We saw, 2 cautions, I believe? I can't even remember, but they were very incidental, not catastrophic to the field. You got to see some impressive racing that is kind of been the story of what Season 7 is. And, Barry, once again, showing his speed, his intelligence, his racecraft, that definitely kind of sewed up his first win in the Wagner's Welding Truck Series. Shout out to 760 Graphics, who's a sponsor for the league. Shout out to Renegade Racing, who's a league partner. But before we sign off, let's just take a quick look at our results for tonight. So we just talked to him. Bad News Barry Colson, our winner tonight, getting it done in the Oreo machine. Pylon P2 in that 29. Ryan in the 67 in third. Morton in fourth. Don Francesco, great run by him in fifth. Copperthorne salvages out a late pit run, or late pit strategy for sixth spot. Hurst, same strategy as well in seventh. Worrell in eighth. Phipps in ninth. Grace in 10th. Presley in 11th. Hawkins in 12th. Tiffany in 13th. Lussiere in 14th. Ramsey in 15th. Wilkinson, we saw him have some good charges in 16th. Not able to stitch it all together, though. 17th for Richardson. 18th for BB. 19th for Eccles. 20th for Monday. And let's hit the magical button here. 21st is going to be Jackson in the 53. Barker. No luck again. 22nd, Hunter in 23rd. Fuller in 24th. Manning in 25th. Miller in 26th. Isgrig 27th. McKee 28th. Isbell in 29th. And 30th goes out to Healy. We didn't see much of him at all. And rounding out the field tonight is the 01 machine of Williams. So once again, we'll be back next week for the battle at Pocono Speedway. Very different track. After Pocono, we'll be headed to Talladega and then Indianapolis after that. That's going to be rounding out the month of August. You're going to want to stay glued to SpeedZone TV for season number 7 of the Wagner's Welding Truck Series. Epic battles, race after race here. Lots of green flag action, lots of great passing, but there can only be one winner. And Bad News Barry Colson in that 28 machine, just wreaks havoc on the field with his strategy and his racecraft. Hats off to our winner tonight. I'll be signing off from SpeedZone TV, your host, Robert Warrens. Make sure you're sharing out the post, throwing some likes on it. If you are watching it, I should have said it a million times earlier, make sure you're clicking the gearbox in the bottom right-hand side of the screen. Make sure you put it in 4K. And, we'll be talking to you guys soon. So thanks for tuning in, and have a super-duper rest of your Wednesday night, and we'll catch you next Wednesday.